When most people hear the word unicorn, they picture something soft, a beautiful white horse, a silver horn, a creature made of moonlight, innocence, and impossible grace. But the older stories were not always so gentle. Welcome back, my creepy cuties. Before the unicorn became glitter, it was wild, untamable, and in some legends, deadly. The unicorn is one of those creatures that appears to have walked through almost every kind of human imagination. Ancient writers described strange one-horned animals from distant lands. Some may have been based on rhinoceroses, wild oxen, oryx, or travelers repeating stories about animals they had never seen themselves. But once the idea entered the world, one horn on the forehead, one impossible beast, people could not let it go. By the Middle Ages, the unicorn had become something far more symbolic. Medieval bestiaries described it as small, fierce, and nearly impossible to capture. Not a friendly forest pony, not a pet. A creature so fast and so violent that hunters could not take it by force. According to the old law, there was only one way to catch a unicorn. A maiden had to sit alone in the forest, and if the unicorn sensed her purity, it would come to her. It would lower its head, rest in her lap, and fall asleep. Only then could the hunters step from the trees, which means one of the prettiest creatures in folklore was also part of one of its oldest traps. That is the strange thing about unicorns. They were purity, but they were also prey. They were innocence, but they were surrounded by violence. They were symbols of divine grace, but humans still wanted to capture them. And the reason was the horn, the alicorn. For centuries, people believed the unicorn's horn could detect poison, purify water, heal sickness, and protect kings from assassination. In a world where poison was feared in royal courts, a unicorn horn was not just magical. It was political, it was protection, it was power, and people paid fortunes for them. But here is where the legend gets even stranger. Many of those so-called unicorn horns were not unicorn horns at all. They were narwhal tusks, long spiral teeth from Arctic whales, brought into Europe and sold as proof that unicorns were real. Imagine that. A creature from the freezing sea, helping build the legend of a creature said to hide in enchanted forests. Even the Bible helped carry the mystery forward. In the King James Version, the word unicorn appears several times, but many modern translations understand that animal as something closer to a wild ox. So the unicorn slipped through language too, not just through forests. A translation, a symbol, a misunderstanding with hooves. And then there is Scotland, because of course, my creepy cuties, one country looked at a creature described as impossible to tame and said, yes, that one. Scotland made the unicorn its national animal, a beast of purity and power, often shown in heraldry wearing a chain. Because the message was not that the unicorn was weak, the message was that something this wild could only be controlled by someone strong enough to hold it. So what is the unicorn really? A rhinoceros distorted through ancient rumor, a wild ox transformed by translation, a narwhal tusk turned into royal medicine, a Christian symbol, a Scottish emblem, a trap in the woods. Or maybe the unicorn survived because it became all of those things at once, not one creature, but a mirror. Every age saw what it needed. The ancient world saw a strange animal from far away. The Middle Ages saw purity hunted by corruption. Kings saw protection from poison. Merchants saw profit. Artists saw beauty. And modern people saw magic. But under all the glitter, under the fairy tale sparkle, the old unicorn is still there, watching from the trees, sharp-horned, untamed, and not nearly as innocent as we were told. I'm Vivian Vale. The living write history, but the dead tell tales.